In this Holy Week, the readings are moving closer and closer to the Passion of Christ. And in the first readings today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, we'll be hearing from the servant songs. There are four, well, some claim there are 5 servant songs in Isaiah, but there are at least 4. And the last 2 really about the suffering servant. We'll hear the first of the suffering servant songs on Wednesday, which we heard yesterday as the first reading, and then the 4th one, which is the most famous and really sometimes called the 5th Gospel, is going to be read on Good Friday. But so we hear in this first reading, "Here is my servant whom I uphold, my chosen one with whom I am well pleased." We know that that's what the Father says to Jesus at the baptism. "This is my Son, my beloved, in whom I am well pleased." We see in that first moment of Jesus' public ministry that here he is being identified as the suffering servant, the one who will die for us. And in the Gospel today we hear about the anointing at Bethany, where Mary comes and anoints Jesus' feet. Jesus recognizes that this is in preparation for his death. He says, "Leave her alone, let her keep this for the day of my burial." That this is in preparation, that in less than a week's time, he will be in the tomb. He's looking ahead and he says, "This is my destiny. This is how I'm going to give my life in love to the Father and for you and for me." That he pours out his life for us. And Mary pours out all she has for Christ. Something 300 days' wages. That's most of a year, right? That's most of a year's worth of wages. That's a lot of money. And you can see why Judas is upset. It's like, that's a waste. But what we pour out for God is never wasted. The love we pour out for Jesus is never wasted. Rather, he takes the gift we have and he multiplies it. You think about Mary must have then treasured the fact that she had done this for Jesus for the rest of her life. And into eternity, I would guess. We look and say, what are the ways that we're called to pour ourselves out for Jesus? Do we hold back? Or do we give generously?